bzz, 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 bzz. Hey guys, Benvic here, back with another review. Today we are looking at this, the Cuboid tap from Joyetech. It's available in a kit with the procore aries tank. I've actually already reviewed the procore aries tank in several other things, so there's some links below to the procore aries. For the record, it's a very good, very solid sub-tank, so it's available in a kit with that, but we're concentrating on the mod today. The mod is the tap. It's called the tap. Why is it called the tap? Because it's got these buttons, well, not buttons, they're touch sensitive areas that allow you to perform the functions of a button, but in a very sleek, cool way, and they vibrate when you press them as well. There's a big area here that's touch sensitive, and then you've got a minus area and a plus area that are touch sensitive as well. It does actually have a manual fire traditional button as well, if that's more your thing, and you can disable the top one as I have, which we'll talk about more when we come back up top. What else it got going on? It's firmware upgradable. You can do TC, TCR, all that good stuff. It's got 2 amp balanced charging, and it can do 228 watts thanks to its 50 amp capabilities. So very, very impressive power horse, and very, very small as well. 2 18650 batteries in this tiny device. So let's go down low, have a really good look at this mod up close. It's the whole navigation system to go across. So we'll do all that. We'll have a good look at it, show you how to work it and that. Then we'll come back up top for pros and cons and how I feel about this device and stuff. See you in a second. Alright guys, here we are down low with the Cuboid tap. Now, this is the packaging. As you can see, I got the kit with the procore aries tank. I'll give you a quick look at that, but here you get a manual in here. You get your device on top, put that to one side. And also in the box, once we get rid of some packaging and some stuff, we get our charge cable and some warnings and things. Inside this box we get the spare glass tank and O-rings and stuff, and you can see it is lovely and red to match my thing. And this is the Pro Aries coil. That is the 4-coil one from them. Very solid tank, you know, and yeah, it's cool that matchy bright red stuff going on there too. So yeah, check that out. Okay, so this is the Cuboid tap. The Cuboid tap, as you can see, fire button there. This is your battery door, 2 18650s in there. Very nice and snug fit. There's no rattle and stuff with this device. I've put it back on, so it's turned itself on, but it is 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. 510 here. Let's have a little press of it. Seems to be very spongy, very, very spongy indeed. So yeah, like I say, everything has gone flush on. My recoil goes on flush, and that's quite a long pin. There we go, there we go, there we go. Looking around here like this. These decals, it can be peeled off if they're not to your liking. I know Vaping Fagan peeled his off in his review and it looked quite nice. So that's definitely an option. I think it should be black under here, from what I understand. So yeah, so let's attach and atomize. There's your charge port, obviously. Then you've got your minus and plus, and you tap, and then your actual normal button there. So let's attach an atomizer to this thing and turn it on. Tap Tech, that's what they're calling it, this thing. So obviously you have your plus and your minus there, and yeah, I hope you can hear that. It's doing a little vibrate when you press it, and you can also see from me just doing this up and down, up and down, up and down. It's pretty responsive. The plus and minus buttons seem very, very responsive, and I haven't had a single issue with those at all. If you go 1, 2, 3, you're into your normal menu. And this is where you can scroll through your TCR, your TC, all that stuff. Now this is where you can adjust your your actual what you have locked and unlocked. See, so that one's now locked, unlocked. If we go 1, 2, 3, oop, press that wrong, press that too slowly. 1, 2, 3, you can go back round to that locking thing, and oh, I've done it again. There you go. Now it can unlock that bit there, and now it fires when I press that. Okay, so that's how you do that. That's how you disable it. That's how you enable it through that locking bit. If we go 1, 2, 3 again, scroll around, you can see we've got TCR, temp and all that stuff. You've also got your clock here. You can adjust and change your clock. This clock comes on like a screensaver type thing. Very interesting indeed. And we'll just get it all the way back around to power, and we'll say yes. So that is that, and the screen goes off when you fire it. I don't know if that's something I've done in settings or what, but it does. And there is your clock as your screen saver. There's not a super lot else to show you. It does have the ability to go straight to lock. If you want to do it quickly, you can go like that, and you can get into the lock menu like that. Beyond that, it's got all your typical, it basically behaves like all the recent Joyetech devices. So that is essentially what's going on there. But now you can see the fire button in action. 1, 2. Very, very responsive. Very, very good. And we'll talk about that more when we go up top, which we will do right now. Actually, while we're here, let's cheekily throw this in. I've got a spare one of these to give away. If you want to win it, email me cd_v1ck@hotmail.com, yeah, put Cuboid Tap as the title of the email, and in the body of the email put your name and address, and put the answer to this question: what is 12 times 12? Put that in an email to me, cd_v1ck@hotmail.com. A little giveaway for you guys there. So if you want to win a full kit, then that's what you want to do. Let's go back up top. Okay guys, that was the Cuboid Tap down low. Loads of pros, loads of cons with this, all subjective though, it's all very subjective, so do check out other reviews of this. It's going to be a very opinionated thing, this one, so do shop around in terms of reviews before making your final decision. Okay, so the main thing with this, its main USP, this touch thing, this touch thing that I showed you down low. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. What I would say is that I like it for the plus and minus buttons. It's actually really natty. It's really easy. And in the moment, you know, you don't need them to be super accurate, super sensitive or anything like that, because you're just navigating, you're just adjusting things, and it's all good. But what I would say is I much prefer the normal fire button on this. When you're firing it with the touch thing, I'm just not getting a consistent enough. You know, 1 in 5 presses just won't fire, and it grates on you over time. Whereas, you know, the button, you just press the button and it's absolutely perfect every time. So and the positioning as well. The positioning of the fire button is lovely for a finger firer like me. If you're going to use that button, it's more of a thumb thing, or you wrap your hand all the way around it. So the actual fire button is in a more comfortable position for me. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with the technology there. The plus, you know, the actual vibrate touch tap technology on the buttons. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's really good. I'm sure some people love it. It's really quirky. But personally, I quite like it for the menu buttons, but I don't so particularly like it for the fire button because I'm not getting a consistent press on it. So there's that. But remember, you know, you can disable that, as I have. So really not a big thing at all. You know, I'm happily using it like this. Another thing I think we need to say is the looks of it. Now, there's loads of different colours I showed you at the beginning, and there's loads of different options, but they're a bit, it's a bit jazzy, isn't it? It's a bit jazzy. Too jazzy? It's a bit jazzy. But, you know, horses for courses, strokes for folks. If you're into a more traditional look, like me, then they do the Primo. So really what this is Joyetech catering for all tastes, all different types of people, all different tastes, you know, so you cannot knock them for that. That is a good thing that they are doing. So yeah, so the looks are very subjective. The actual feel of it, though, I think isn't. I think it's a very nice size, very nice weight, very nice feel. It's amazing how small they can get these dual 18650 mods now. Really, really surprisingly good. And the battery life is tremendous as well, despite it's having this big, lovely screen. So yeah, the overall looks are pretty good. If I rip these decals off, I might prefer the look of it even more. But yeah, I guess I'm more into a Primo style look. But it's nice that they cater for everyone. So in a way, the looks are a positive, even though it's not quite to my taste looks-wise. I've had no issues with the 510. I've tried pulling it off. I've tried all kinds of things. No issues with 510. As you can see, this recoil, which does have quite a long pin, goes down nice and flush, no problem at all. So no problems with that there. The other thing, my main negatives are that I prefer to use the button than the tap for firing. That's a personal preference thing, and the looks as well, they're a personal preference thing. Beyond that, it's got all the hallmarks of another great Joyetech device. Firmware upgradable, 2 amp balance charging, can do a massive amount of watts with its 50 amp limit. You know, the battery life is excellent. The screen is great. Fantastic screen. It's sort of a variation on the Primo Mini screen, if you're familiar with that. It can check your it does, you know, individual batteries. The firmware upgradable if anything comes along that they want to add or any problems develop, you know. TC's on point, as it has been with Joyetech stuff for a long time now. TC's on point. Power output seems good. Everything is solid about this. It's a very solid mod, so it will just come down to looks. But if this isn't the look for you, then they've got that Primo, haven't they? So, you know, everyone is covered by the current Joyetech range, which is great. It's a really good mod, but with a few quirks. Would I buy this mod? No. No, I wouldn't. But that doesn't mean it's a bad mod, and it is not a bad mod. So I'm giving it a sort of positive review, but I'm telling you the truth as well, and the truth is I wouldn't buy this. So yeah. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. And that's it. That's it. What more can I say? Solid little device. Not quite for me, but I can appreciate how good it is. I've been Vic, and I'll see you again soon. On the screen right now, I'm going to chuck on some things. I'm going to chuck on the subscribe button. If you're not a subscribe to this channel, please do. The Ideal Home Show, which is a live show I do with a couple of clowns, and the previous video if you missed that one. So watch those things. Alright, see you soon.